10 minutes is over. Ngayon, ang lesson naman natin ay tungkol sa logarithms. And logarithms are best defined kapag binigyan ko kayo ng example. For example, I gave you an expression of log of 16 base 2. This is basically asking 2 to what power gives 16. Kaya kapag in-evaluate yung ganitong expression, it would be equal to 4. Bakit? Kasi nga, 2 to the 4th power gives 16. So, for example, let's say log 7 of 1 over 49. This is asking 7 to what power gives 1 over 49. In this case, ang equivalent ng log 7 of 1 over 49 ay negative 2. Bakit? Dahil 7 raised to negative 2 ay 1 over 49. Bakit yung naging 1 over 49? Di ba, kapag meron kang negative na exponent, pwede mo siyang itrato as 1 over 7 squared. Kaya kapag in-evaluate mo yung denominator, you will end up with 1 over 49. Isa pang example, log of 5, log 5 of 25. This is asking 5 to what power gives 25. In this case, kapag in-evaluate mo tong expression na to, it would give us 2. Bakit 2? Same reason. Kasi kapag ni-raise mo ang 5 by 2, it will give you 25. Isa pang example, logarithm 25 of 5. This is asking 25 to what power gives 5. In this case, ang expression natin ay equivalent sa 1/2. Kasi 25 raised to 1/2, or you could simply say the square root of 25 is equal to 5. This is basically what logarithm is telling us. If you think about it, it's just another way of writing exponentials. In this case, ang hinahanap natin ngayon ay yung exponent ng exponential na yun. Ngayon, I am going to give you another example. Let's say logarithm of 4 of 16. This is asking 4 raised to what power gives us 16. So in the chat box, sino makakapagsabi sa akin, ano yung dapat exponent ng 4 para maging 16 yung ating sagot? Alright? Tama, it is 2. Kasi 4 raised to 2 is 16. Therefore, logarithm 4 of 16 is equivalent to 2. Isa pa example. Gawin naman nating tricky ngayon. Logarithm 2 of, let's say, 1. This is asking 2 to what power gives us 1. Sige nga, sinong makakapagsabi sa akin kung ano yung exponent ng 2 para maging 1? Ayan, tama, 0. 2 raised to 0 is 1. Therefore, logarithm 2 of 1 is just 0. Isa pa. Ito madali-dali lang. Logarithm of square root of 5, square root of 5. This is asking square root of 5 to what power gives us the same thing, square root of 5. Sige nga, anong power ng square root of 5 para maging square root of 5? Try sa chat box. Okay, nice try, Ivan. Sino pang may ibang sagot? Ayan. 1. Kasi, square root of 5 raised to what power is square root of 5? In this case, yung power na hinihingi lang sa atin ay 1. Kasi wala namang pagbabago na nangyari. Pero if I say, ito ay, let's say, 5, iba na yung pinag-uusapan natin. Kasi, this is asking, 5 raised to what power gives us 5? In this case, dahil ang 5 ay pwedeng ma-express as 5 raised to 1/2, kapag siya ay ni-raise mo pa sa 2, magmumultiply ang exponent and they would cancel out. Therefore, ang logarithm square root of 5 is 2. Doon siya magiging 2. And from our examples, pwede tayong makaderive ng isang basic logarithmic properties. Ito yung unang set of our logarithmic properties. Basic logarithmic properties involving 1. It says that kapag ang base ng ating logarithm ay equal lang dun sa kinukuhanan natin ng logarithm, it would be equal to 1. Bakit? Kasi b raised to 1 is simply b. Walang pagbabago. Pero, kapag, let's say, iba na yung nandito, let's say it's a different thing, mag-iiba na yung ating sagot. Isa pang property na pwede nating ma-derive. The logarithm of any base ng 1, it is always equal to 0. Bakit? If you are raising something, tapos ang goal mo ay maging 1 yung value, automatic, dapat 0 lagi yung ating exponent, di ba? So ito yung ating very first logarithmic properties. Ano kaya maganda example? Sige, let's comprehension check muna. Evaluate A. Let's gawin natin number 1. Logarithm base 7 of 7. Sige nga, sino makakapagbigay sa akin ng anong value? Anong value ng logarithm base 7? Base sa ating logarithmic properties na nakuha kanina. Anyone? Sige, ako muna. As you can see, itong expression nito, it falls under this pattern, di ba? This logarithmic property. Kapag parehas lang ang base at nung kinukuhanan mo ng logarithm, yung sagot mo lagi ay equal to 1. So even if I put something crazy in here, let's say square root of e, as long as kaparehas siya ng kinukuhanan natin ng logarithm, ang sagot natin diyan lagi ay 1. Example, isa pa. The logarithm of let's say 1,000 tapos 1,000 din yung kinukuhanan, 1 lang lagi ang sagot. Sa second logarithmic property naman natin, tuwing ang kinukuhanan mo ng logarithm ay 1, ang sagot natin lagi ay 0. So for example, logarithm base 5 of 1. This is just equal to 0. Kapag nakakita ka ng 1 sa iyong nilologarithm, automatic nagiging 0 yung iyong sagot. Why is this necessary to learn? Kasi minsan, sa calculus, kapag ikaw ay nakakakuha ng sagot, sometimes you include values like logarithm, I don't know. Hindi, gawin natin ln. ln ng 1, tapos let's say x over 5. Kunwari ito yung mga nakukuha mong derivative. Kapag ito ay pina-check mo sa iyong prof, most likely ay mamalian ka niya. Kasi ln is just another way of writing logarithm of base e of 1. And again, kapag kinukuhanan natin ng logarithm ang 1, siya ay laging 0. So this could be rewritten as x times 0 over 5, which is simply 0. Ito, kayo naman. Evaluate logarithm base 9 of 9. Sige, sino makakapagbigay sa akin ng value ng logarithm base 9 of 9? 1. Nice. Ayun. Kasi nga, again, kapag ang base at yung kinukuhanan natin ng logarithm ay magkaparehas lang, 1 lang lagi yung ating sagot. Sige, isa pa. Logarithm of base 8 of 1. Sige nga, sino naman makakapagbigay sa akin ng value? Okay, 0. Ayun, you get You get the gist of it naman, di ba? Madali lang. Tapos, nasabi ko kanina na ang logarithm ay connected sa ating exponentials. To be more specific, ang logarithm, ang isang logarithmic expression ay inverse lang ng isang exponential expression. What do I mean by that? For example, we have an exponential expression y equals b raised to x. And if you take the inverse of the function, tanda pa ba kung paano kumuha ng inverse ng functions? Madaming ganito nung ako'y nag-senior high school. So basically, review lang. Step 1, kailangan lang ay pagpalitin natin yung location ng x and y. So meron tayong x equals b raised to y. And then, if we isolate the y, paano natin ma-isolate dyan ang y? Diba ito ay ano lang, equal lang sa y equals logarithm base b of x. Diba parehas lang sila ng sinasabi? Binaliktad ko lang yun sa kanina. Binaliktad ko lang yung tanong na to. This is because this is asking b raised to what power is equal to x, So, itong part na to, it can be rewritten as y equals logarithm of base b of x. Ngayon, dahil nga kinuhanan natin ng inverse yung function, if we represent this with f of x, ito dapat ay magiging f raised to negative 1 ay naben. Hindi pala ito raised to negative. Paano nga ba magbasa nito? Inverse of f of x is equals to logarithm base b of x. Ngayon, kung medyo hindi nyo masabayan yung pagde-derive ng ganito, don't worry kasi ang output lang naman neto, ba't ko siya pinakita sa inyo, ay meron akong i-introduce na bagong property. Ito naman ay tinatawag na inverse properties of logarithm. It says that logarithm base b of b raised to x, it would be just equal to x. And similarly, b raised to logarithm base b of x is also equal to x. So tuwing nakakakita kayo ng ganitong expression, you could simplify it like this. And kapag na-implement nyo to sa inyong mga calculations, mas nagiging madali ang inyong mga buhay sa pagsosolve ng mga bagay-bagay. Pero bakit ito naging totoo? Why is this true? Dahil nga, let's say, iba ito yan natin. f of x equals to b raised to x. And kapag ginawa mong parameter yung inverse sa isang function, they will just undo each other. Wait nga. Kasi di ba ito, ang logarithm of logarithm base b of x, di ba siya ay f inverse, tapos ang nasa loob ay b raised to x. Ang b raised to x natin ay f of x. Therefore, ang kanyang output ay x lang din. Ngayon, by the same token, dahil ang b raised to something ay f of x, at yung something na yon ay logarithm base b of x, they will just undo each other and ang output natin ay magiging x lang. Kapag medyo nagugulahan sa ganitong part, I suggest na ano yun, tama na sabihin ko? I suggest na you read more about it. Pero for the most part, ang kailangan nyo lang naman tandaan ay itong dalawang pattern. Ito lang. Ayan. So, for example, meron tayong logarithm base 4 of 4 raised to 5. This is just similar to the pattern here. Parehas yung base ng logarithm saka yung base ng exponent na kinukuhanan ng logarithm. Therefore, yung output niya will be just 5. Isa pa. Logarithm base 7 of 7 raised to 8. Same pattern, ito lang din yung ating i-implement. Parehas. Tapos, ang kanyang output ay yung x, just exponent. So, ito ay x lang din, which is 8. Isa pa. Logarithm of 10 of 10 squared. Again, it still follows this pattern. As you can see, itong dalawang ito ay parehas lang. Itong dalawang ito ay parehas lang. Therefore, ang output natin ay yung exponent sa 2, which is 2. Ngayon, for the other property, let's say we have 6 raised to logarithm of 6 base 9. This follows this pattern. Parehas. Therefore, ang sagot natin dito ay yung nasa loob yun ng logarithm, which is just x. Isa pa example. 3 raised to logarithm base 3 of 17. Same pattern. Parehas. Kaya output nito ay yung nasa loob lang ng logarithm, which is 17. Spice. 10 raised to logarithm base 10 of 2. Parehas lang yung base ng exponent. Parehas lang din yung base ng logarithm. Therefore, yung nasa loob ng logarithm, yung ating sagot, which is just 2. Comprehension check. For example, evaluate. Meron tayong okay, maganda. Ayun. 10 logarithm 33. Sige nga, sinong may idea kung paano to i-evaluate? Paano kapag walang binigay na base dun sa logarithm? Paano natin malalaman kung anong property ang ating gagamitin? Anyone? Kapag walang binigay, take two. Kapag walang binigay na base sa ating logarithm, we always assume that it is of base 10. This is also called common logarithm. Ayun lang ang tatandaan niyo. Kapag merong merong logarithm sa expression na hindi nakasaad kung ano yung base, hindi nakasulat, yun ay laging base 10. Similar din siya sa tinatawag nating natural logarithm. This is ln of, I don't know, ln of something, or also called as natural logarithm of something. Kasi ito ay, even though hindi given yung kanyang base, we always assume that the base is equal e. Ayun yung sinasabi ng natural logarithm. But for now, we will stick with common logarithm. So if we rewrite this as 10 raised to logarithm base 10 of 33, this is just equal to 33. Kasi nga yung property natin dati, kapag parehas lang yung base ng exponent at nung base ng logarithm sa exponent, yung sagot lang natin ay ang nasa loob ng logarithm, which is 33. So, for example, um, sige, parehas lang mo. Same logic. 10 logarithm of square root of x. Sinong makakapagbigay sa akin ng value ng expression na yan? Lang gusto mag-try? Ngayon, in this one, ang nakalagay lang sa logarithm natin ay x. Pero, huwag kayong mag-overthink kapag ganun. You will just do the same process. Kasi, again, kapag hindi nakasaad ang base ng logarithm, i-assume natin na siya ay 10. And therefore, yung ating property na b raised to logarithm of base b x ay yung nasa loob lang ng logarithm. So in this one, parehas lang silang dalawa. Therefore, yung sagot lang dito ay square root of x. Sige, isa pa example. Um, sige, ibahin lang natin ang values ni 10 raised to logarithm of 53. Who can evaluate this expression? Sige nga, sinong gusto mag-try sa chat box? Okay lang kahit mali, we will correct it. Ayun. This is just equal to 53. Bakit? Same reason. Kasi kapag hindi given ang base ng logarithm, i-assume natin na siya ay 10. Tapos yung nasa loob ng logarithm ay 53. Therefore, ang value ng expression na to ay equal to 53. So I hope you get the gist of um, inverse properties of logarithm. Kapag nakakita kayo ng ganitong pattern sa inyong solution, highly recommend na i-simplify nyo na kaagad para hindi magkanda dito ulit sa uh, problem solving. And then, meron pang ibang properties of logarithm. Dumako naman tayo sa the product rule. Di ba kapag sa lesson ni LA, kapag nagmumultiply ka ng dalawang exponents, parehas lang yung kanilang base, yung exponent nilang dalawa ay pag-a-addin mo lang. B raised to m multiplied by b raised to n is equal to b raised to m plus n. For example, meron kang x squared multiplied by x. Kasi ang x ay may exponent na 1, this will just be x raised to 3. Ito yung sa version ng exponents. Paano naman kapag logarithm? Sa logarithm, baliktad yung ating proseso. For instance, if we have log base p of m plus log base b of n, this will be equal to logarithm base b of mn. Di ba baliktad lang? Kapag nag-plus ka dito, product yung sagot. Meanwhile, kapag sa product rule, kapag nag-times ka dito, plus yung sagot. So this is useful for condensing and expanding logarithms. Which is especially helpful kapag kayo ay nasa second semester na sa integral calculus kasi madaming um, creative ways to solve one problem. Pero for example, we have logarithm base 10 of 7x. From this property, we can rewrite this as logarithm base 10 of 7 plus logarithm base 10 of x. Diba? Ay, ito lang yun. Pinag-interchange ko lang. And by the same way, you can write something like logarithm base 10 of 5 plus logarithm of base 10 of 2. This is just equal to the product of their logarithms. So this is logarithm base 10 of 5 multiplied by 2, which is 10. And again, kapag parehas ang base and yung kinukuhanan natin ng logarithm, ang sagot lang natin lang ay 1. Yun ay from our, haba na pala natin, ano? From our initial logarithmic property side. Copy. Copy. Yan. Ayan basically ang sinasabi ng product rule. So for example, no kaya. Logarithm of 2 raised to 4, I mean logarithm of base 2 of 4 plus logarithm 2 of 16. This is just equal to logarithm base 2 of 4 times 16. And 4 times 16, this is 64. And ano ang dapat exponent ng 2 para maging 64? Diba? 2 times 2 siya ay 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16 times 2, 32 times 2, 64. So ilang 2 ito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, ang sagot natin dito ay 6. And it could be also solved without using the product rule. Kasi logarithm base 2 of 4 is just 2. Kasi 2 raised to 2 ay 4. And then logarithm base 2 of 16, this is just 4. Kasi 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. Kapag pinagsama mo silang dalawa, you will end up with the same answer, which is 6. Ngayon, what if meron tayong logarithm of 10 base 10 plus logarithm base 10 of 100. Using the same concept, sino makakapag-evaluate ng value nitong expression na to? Sige, isa pa. Again, from our initial initial property, kapag parehas ang base at kinukuhanan mo ng logarithm, siya lang ay equal to 1. And then, 10 raised to what number is 100? This is just 10 raised to 2, di ba? So therefore, itong term na to, this is just equivalent to 2. So kapag pinagsama mo sila, 3 ang magiging sagot. And you could also solve it using the product rule. Ang sum ng dalawang logarithm with the same base ay yung logarithm with the product of nung kinukuhanan nila. So, this just logarithm base 10 of 10 times 100. And 10 times 100, this is just 1,000. And what should be the exponent of 10 to get to 1,000? Diba? 10 times 10, 100 times 10, 1,000. Therefore, this is also equal 3. Same lang din ang sagot, whichever process na piliin. Pero bibigay naman ako ng example sa pagko-condense at pag-expand ng logarithm. Kasi a lot of times, hindi mo ma-evaluate yung isang logarithm. For example, logarithm base 10 of 7. Di ba yan ay magiging decimal na? Kasi walang full number na exponent ng 10 ang makapagbibigay ng 7. Kaya mahirap na siya i-evaluate. But for example, we have logarithm base 4 of 7 multiplied by 5. Ang ibig sabihin ng expanding from the word itself ay ini-expand mo yung logarithmic term. So kapag may product sa loob, gagawin mo lang siyang addition ng dalawang logarithmic term. For example, ito nga, meron tayong logarithm base 4 of 7 multiplied by 5. This is just logarithm of 4 plus logarithm base 4 of 5. Example 2. Let's say we have logarithm of 2, 10x. Itong dalawang ito ay pinagsama lang, pinag-multiply lang yung dalawa. So therefore, kapag pinag-expand mo itong logarithm na to, this is just logarithm of the same base, 2. Logarithm of base 2, 10 plus logarithm base 2 x. Ayun lang daw ang pag-i-expand ng logarithms. And this is helpful kapag nagsosolve ka ng tinatawag na logarithmic equation. Sa pagko-condense naman, it's the other way round. From two terms, pagsasamahin mo silang dalawa para maging isa. So, for example, ayun nga yung mga ginawa natin dito kanina, this is an example of condensing logarithm. Ayan. Ngayon, ilang na ang ating properties na nakuha. Meron na tayong product rule, meron na tayong inverse, and hypothetical. At meron na tayong logarithmic properties involving 1. The second to the last property ay somewhat related dito sa product rule. This is also called the quotient. That's not so long. The quotient rule. And this states that if you have logarithm base p of some quotient, let's say m over n, This is equal to logarithm of b raised to m. I mean, logarithm of base b m minus logarithm base b n. So pinag-minus mo lang silang dalawa. So how can we apply this when it comes to condensing and expanding logarithms? Let's say I give you an expression, logarithm of x over 2. Again, ito lang ay logarithm base 10 kasi ito nga yung tinatawag na common logarithm. This is just equal to logarithm of x minus logarithm of 2. And by the same way, let's say if we have logarithm of 4, like natin 16, minus logarithm of 8, this is just equal to logarithm of 16 over 8, which is, kapag sinimplify mo yung fractions, divide the numerator and denominator by 8. This is just logarithm of 10. Logarithm of 2. Ayan. Ayun ang sinasabi ng quotient rule. And finally, meron tayong the power rule. Ang sinasabi sa power rule, kapag ang kinukuhanan mo ng logarithm ay may exponent, pwede mong ilabas yung exponent. So this will be 4 logarithm base 5 of 7. Another example, ln of square root of x. Dahil ang ln is just a logarithm of base e, at ang square root of x can be rewritten as ln of x raised to 1/2. Pwede mong ilabas exponent, and this will be equivalent to 1/2 natural log of x. For example, what if we have logarithm of 4x raised to the 5th? Ano naman ang equivalent yan? Again, ang exponent sa loob ng logarithm ay pwede nilabas. Therefore, this is just 5 logarithm for x. And with power rule, we can actually verify sa quotient rule kung bakit siya naging minus. Diba kasi ito, ang denominator can be rewritten as, let's say in this particular example, this is just x multiplied by 2 raised to negative 1. And kapag pinagsama mo silang dalawa, kapag pinag-expand mo silang dalawa, by the product rule, yung i-multiply sa loob ay magiging sum lang sa labas. So ito ay logarithm of x plus logarithm of 2 raised to negative 1. And again, ang exponent ay pwede mong ilabas, giving you logarithm of x minus logarithm of, which is the same with kung anong sinasabi ng ating quotient. So ayun lang naman ang mga properties ng logarithm. We have, we have the product rule, We have the quotient rule. Okay, the base times point. And finally, we have the bottom. Ito lang naman ang mga dapat yung tandaan if ever kailangan niyang mag-simplify ng equation. And with these properties, mas madali niyang ma-manipulate yung mga equations, makakahanap ng mga patterns. Ayun lang naman ang key takeaways for this logarithm lesson. Mabilis lang naman tayo at alam kong madami rin sa inyo ay pagod na, gabi na rin naman. Ako nga hindi pa nagdi-date. So ayun, um, that concludes our lesson for today, which is Introduction to Logarithms. Ayun, I hope sana naman ay nakinig kayo at salamat sa pag-attend. Thank you. So, okey na naman po, na-discuss ko naman po lahat ng properties.
Ayun, may